Alright guys, hi, my name is Mikey or Michael Booth. You probably know me from my TikTok, but if not, I can give you a little synopsis of what I am and what I'm on here to do. On TikTok, I do a lot of political content, I commentate on like current events sometimes, I give my opinion, and a lot of people ended up liking it. And I got a little bit of a following, I think like 50,000 or so followers on TikTok. And you know, I think this is a great opportunity because I have somewhat of a community or just a group of fans who like watching my content that I thought I'd bring it over to YouTube. This is always something that I've looked up to other commentators on this app, and I've always wanted to be able to do something like this. I don't know how this is going to take off, or it's just going to get a few hundred views, or I honestly don't care. I just want to be able to make more in-depth, long content that explains my opinion on a certain topic, and I can even talk about more things I like video games or more politics or just, whatever the fuck I want to do. And, there are some people who like me and like my content, so I'm like, why the fuck not? Today, we'll be speaking on a topic that I have found pretty interesting and something that I think that should be spoken up about. Today's topic will be sex work and OnlyFans and how our culture views it and how it's changing and some negative ramifications that I think the OnlyFans era and e-girl and all, just I don't know how to make a good title for this, so let's just get into the whole video. Now, we all know what OnlyFans is. Now, if you don't, OnlyFans is an app where pretty much people just pay to see your pictures, and they can talk with you, and you can talk with your fan base, but pretty much just it's used for porn. Most people on that app who are the most successful are selling naked pictures of themselves, lewd cosplays, just a lot of NSFW content. So I view it as pretty much just another form of sex work. And let me preface this. While I don't necessarily have a very positive view of sex work, I don't necessarily think that you should not be able to do sex work. I don't think the government should step in and say, oh, no, you cannot sell your naked Bowsette cosplay online. The government shouldn't be able to step in and say that. I think that at the end of the day, it's your body, your pictures of your body. You should be able to sell them if you want. I have a similar view when it comes to things like just normal porn and other forms of sex work. I don't necessarily condone them, and I do think that they are very degenerate and not good for our culture, though I don't think that anyone who does it is a bad person. I have friends who have OnlyFans, and I still love them. I don't really care if they do it, but I don't think it is a good thing in general. But that's just my opinion. And, we're going to be getting into more of how I feel that the OnlyFans era / culture has negatively affected society. So one of the biggest problems I have with how people are viewing, especially younger people are viewing OnlyFans, is how people view OnlyFans as this valid, genuine way to make a good sum of money, a good way to make a living off of, a good way to get rich off of. And this is perpetuated by a lot of the very popular OnlyFans content creators or celebrities who use OnlyFans and make tons and tons of money. Now, I think people have a false expectation when it comes to OnlyFans that everyone on the app is making thousands of dollars per month. Now, there are plenty of people who are making that much money, and they're very, very vocal about it. There are so many videos of mostly women going on saying, showing their bank account, their bank statements, how much they've gotten from OnlyFans, where they're living because of OnlyFans, etc., etc., etc. Now, the biggest problem I have with this is that the women who are making all of this money on OnlyFans are exceptionally rare for a number of reasons. Despite what you may see on social media, these women who are making thousands and thousands of dollars a month on OnlyFans are the top 1% of earners in OnlyFans. Most of them were just very lucky with how their content got consumed and how they built a fan base, and the majority of the other people already had a huge platform. Watch their content on, say, YouTube, or they did music. So you see celebrities like Cardi B doing OnlyFans, making damn near millions of dollars. They are a celebrity. So when you already have millions of people consuming your creations, like your music or your YouTube videos or whatever, and then you go make an OnlyFans, you're going to have already a pool of people who want to probably see your nudes. Like there are plenty of people who want to see celebrity nudes, so any celebrity can really go make an OnlyFans and get millions of dollars from it. It's not because the average person on OnlyFans is making all this money, because like literally any celebrity, let's take PewDiePie for example. If he made an OnlyFans, he would make millions, maybe, I don't know about billions, but he would make millions and millions of dollars from subscriptions because he already has over 100 million fans on YouTube. So even if 1% of his fans went and bought his OnlyFans, say for $5, that's $5 million. And I think that many girls, usually girls, because most people who are OnlyFans are girls, but this can apply to men too, because there are men on OnlyFans as well, but people who see these very popular OnlyFans users making all this money are going to get a false pretense about the platform that it's this huge moneymaker for everyone. Most people aren't making this much. They're probably making less than a few hundred a month, which is not anything to live on at all. So ultimately, regardless of how you view sex work as a whole, whether you think that it's genuine work and should be respected, or you don't really like sex work, we can all agree that OnlyFans is not going to be a realistic career path for most people. Most people aren't going to be making enough money to survive off of OnlyFans, and promoting OnlyFans as this fully equal career path to say something like an engineer or a doctor or just a viable way to make a living is disingenuous and I think harmful, especially for younger people who may see it as something that they might want to pursue when they could be going to college or just working a normal job to get job experience, etc., etc., etc. Hopefully that's not super incoherent, that whole point I was trying to make, but let's move on to my next point. How OnlyFans has capitalized on loneliness. Now, while many may view OnlyFans as just like premium porn, there's a whole nother layer to OnlyFans that not as many people talk about. Now, we know we as a culture, as a society, have becoming increasingly more lonely with the age of the internet and a whole bunch of other reasons. Now, especially young men are becoming more and more increasingly lonely. Less and less men are going out and being social, going out and getting relationships. We are overall just becoming I don't want to sound like an old fucking douchebag who hates the internet and everything, but we're becoming more and more seclusive and seeking more of our relationships online rather than in person. This isn't to dog on the internet, because I think social media and the internet are great things that can be used to connect people, but I think that it's even scientifically proven people are seeking real relationships online, even though scientifically having an online relationship is not going to fulfill the same need as a physical relationship or an in-person real connection. And the fact that men particularly, and I guess this goes for everyone's trying to fulfill that physical real connection through online connections, and I think that's what's causing us to be more lonely. Now, let's bring this back to say pornography and OnlyFans. Now, normal pornography just gives you that visual stimulus. It's not going to make you any less lonely because your brain can conceive that can comprehend that you're not there. You're watching other people do things. That's what normal pornography is. The difference being with OnlyFans, and you could say to a lesser extent things like some e-girls, and when I say e-girls, I don't mean any female streamer. I mean women who use, or just anyone online who use their sexuality as the forefront of their content but has interaction. Things like OnlyFans have it's very interactive. So anyone who subscribes to your OnlyFans can reach out to you, make requests, kind of maybe even have conversations back and forth with your creator. This makes you feel like you have a relationship with that person, psychologically. It's even proven, I can maybe find the source, but there is studies showing people who are watching OnlyFans or just anecdotal evidence of people saying they go on OnlyFans because they are lonely and they want to be able to have this connection with someone. So when you subscribe to someone's OnlyFans and have a conversation with them, it makes you feel like you are maybe have a relationship with them, which is most of the time counter to what the creator thinks, because the creator usually thinks of you as just another subscriber, thinks of you as just another like random person consuming their content. As a sex worker, they probably don't have any emotional attachment to their fans. Now, I'm not speaking for everyone, but this is just how I think of what's going on with someone. Well, the thing with OnlyFans is that their connection there, whatever they're getting there, is transactional and has very little risk involved. When you go out and actually get a relationship or go out and have to talk to someone, there's that risk that it might not pan out or the person might not be interested in you, and that can have negative ramifications for your self-esteem or just your feelings in general. With OnlyFans, you can talk to this person and they're going to be nice because obviously they want you to be a subscriber to them. They're going to be nice. They're going to do what you want because you are paying for them to talk to you or get their content or making requests, etc. With things like OnlyFans, there's no risk involved. In the real world, people are becoming increasingly pessimistic about relationships due to things like hookup culture and things like Me Too. Many men are afraid of going out and talking to girls because they don't want to be like called a sexual harasser. Maybe they're not the most like literate when it comes to relationships because they're not the most socially like adjusted. There are so many reasons to why people are becoming more pessimistic towards relationships, which I think is really bad because I think it's harmful to our society if less people want to be in relationships and actually like, you know, have kids and raise families, yada, yada, yada. But this is why. OnlyFans offers this like this free, not necessarily you have to pay for it, but it offers very low effort connection, or at least the illusion of a connection. With the actual relationship, it takes time to build. It takes energy, like even sometimes money with going out. I mean, like you're going to spend more money like on another person, going to see another person, like taking them out to dinner, yada, 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 versus it would be to just buy, like pay $5 for someone's OnlyFans. It's just very easy access to get this quick connection with someone versus an actual relationship. And honestly, OnlyFans couldn't have come at a better time for itself because with things like COVID-19 and social distancing being enforced, you have less and less people who are able to go out and meet new people, go out and create new relationships, and people are becoming more and more secluded. So, and you know, people are out of work. So things like OnlyFans for the creators aspect, people who need to make some quick money might be enticed to do it. And people who aren't able to go create new relationships or maybe meet someone are more likely to spend money on to get these interactions, get these like these quote unquote relationships online. So you have more people interested in this app from both ends. So I feel like not only does OnlyFans prey on our increasing loneliness in the era of the internet and our whole like new culture around relationships, but it also takes advantage of the whole COVID-19 pandemic and situation we found ourselves in. Now, this whole video is just more of a critique or more of just like me pointing out how I feel like things like OnlyFans have like taken advantage of what's happening in our world today. I'm not trying to say that if you do OnlyFans, you are a bad person or shouldn't be able to do it. But I think that OnlyFans is being portrayed in an unrealistic light and also has negative effects on a lot of people and fulfills a need, or is a lot of people's way to fulfill a need that they are getting it from the wrong place. Like I said, with people trying to find relationships through things like OnlyFans are only going to get themselves hurt, and it's causing more of this like this shouldn't be how people seek out like interaction and affection from people, but they are. Now, that's not necessarily the fault of OnlyFans, it's a fault of our culture, but it's just something that I wanted to have a little discussion about and talk about. Hopefully this made sense to you guys, and hopefully the points I made were kind of coherent. This is my first video, so you know, give me some critiques on what I can do better in the comments, or maybe topics you'd like me to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my rant or my little TED talk about this topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. There'll be a link in the description for my TikTok account in case you found me through some other means. I don't know how that would happen. Thank you guys for watching. This is a first video, so it's probably not going to be super out there. Probably this is just going to be me. This is a very unscripted thing, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a fantastic day.